Hello world, it is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021, and looks like it might be a nice day. It's kind of overcast right now, or hazy, I should say. The sun is trying to come out, but there is some cloud cover this morning. But I think it's supposed to be warm again today, and later this week dropping back into more normal temperatures. The devotion for today is entitled Entitlement by Kaji Dosha. And Kaji bases the devotion upon Matthew chapter 20, verse 16, New Revised Standard Version. So the last will be first, and the first will be last. And Kaji writes, I've been thinking a lot about entitlement. When you are entitled to something, it means you have a right to that thing. And when we have rights to things, that means we can set expectations about them. This gets problematic, though, when someone assumes the right to do something they do not have the right to. These entitlement assumptions go hand in hand with privilege. In fact, I'd say there is a direct proportion between level of privilege and level of entitlement. Jesus is well familiar with privilege and entitlement. The laborers with the good jobs, the ones who woke up in the morning knowing just where they would get food to fill their bellies that morning and where they would rest their heads at night, they were annoyed when the poor got to join them in their space. This happens with people whose entitlement is misplaced. They live and breathe scarcity, and because they expect the benefits to be limited, they want to limit the bounty just for themselves. And Jesus says, you know what? This is misplaced entitlement. Scarcity thinking is so easy to fall into. Once our fears are triggered, there won't be enough for me, let me hoard, let me block. We will go to great lengths to hold on to everything to which we think we're entitled. But Jesus says, no. No, you don't have to think that way. I know you think there won't be enough Jesus to go around, but there always will be. God knows nothing of those limitations. And Kaji's prayer. Thank you, God, for your boundless love. Help us to trust that you have it all and then some. Well, this devotion makes me think of a couple of different things. One is one of the struggles with capitalism itself is that it is in a way based on scarcity or perceived scarcity, making people think that if they don't get theirs now, there won't be enough to go around. The other thing this devotion made me think of is how stingy sometimes we Christians are with Jesus, as if there's not enough Jesus to go around, and we fight with each other on what is the right way to understand and interpret Jesus and to be followers of Jesus. I don't think it means to hoard or to hold back, but to open wide, to know that there is enough. If everyone, as in the stories of the Exodus, when Jesus was feeding the Israelites in the desert, or God, I'm sorry, not Jesus, God was feeding the Israelites in the desert. There was enough, and there were specific instructions for everyone to take what they needed. And what they needed wasn't defined. It was up to them to decide what they needed, but that they shouldn't take any more than they needed. And in doing that, everyone would have enough. And I think that's part of the lesson as here as well. And then also with entitlement, just because you have power and ability or have resources doesn't mean that they shouldn't be shared. Because we're all part of the same world. As I was also made to think of that and something else I was reading the other day, how our view of ourselves changed as we learned how to go up in balloons and then airplanes and then spacecraft and then to look back at the Earth from the moon and how small we are and how our differences become nothing when viewed from that distance. I think that's at the heart of this devotion and the heart of what Jesus was trying to get at. We're all in this together, so let's be together. Hope you have a good day. Hope I didn't ramble too much this morning. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow.